Aloha and welcome. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about Project 29.1 station mode, and we're going to be talking about essentially how to connect our Pico to and a router, essentially. So let's take a look here. We've got our diagram here of our Pico. The Pico W has this big silver square here, and that is our wireless chip. So the only thing you need to do is have your Pico and your USB plug. So we're going to use this to connect to a 2.4 gigahertz wireless interface. So I want you to connect to your router in this thing. So if you have a router, I want you to go ahead and figure out your router name and your password. You're going to need those two pieces of information for this project. So go ahead and look for that. And if you're like me, you already have it memorized from using it so often. And we're going to set up in what we call station mode, and that's essentially a client mode. So you got two different modes. You've got station and AP mode, AP being access point. So you're going to, simply set up your you're going to plug in your Pico. You don't even need the breadboard attached to it for this, but leave it connected. It doesn't hurt. So go ahead and connect power to it. And then we're going to take a look at the code that we have. And the code, I'll just pull it up right here. And let's pull it up on Visual Studio instead. So you'll notice here, we're doing an import of time and we're doing an import of network. And then we're going over here. I've commented this out because I've actually stuck the password and the SSID number or the SSID up above in lines 1 and 2. So I'm just commenting this out. For yours, I would have you go and actually, it's not commented out, it just has a bunch of asterisks here. Go ahead and fill in your router name and the password that you have. So so our code is rather simple. What we're going to be doing is we're going to try to do STA setup. And we're sending it our router name and our password. And when we come up here and we run it, we're going to say, it's going to start by saying setup start. Then it's going to go over here and it's going to say, it's going to go ahead and it's going to say, okay, we're going to set up our network here using station mode. That's the STA under the STA underscore IF. So we're saying that we're going to be using station mode in that. And then we're going to say, hey, if we're not connected, or if we're not is connected, then we're going to say connecting to and the router name. Then we're going to say we're going to set it active to true, and then we're going to try to connect using the information that we supplied earlier. And then we're going to say while it's not connected, we're just going to wait. We're going to pass. We're going to keep on going until is connected, returns true, because that's going to signify that we've connected to the network. So then you'll get the connected IP address. It'll say the IP address, and it'll say setup end. So I've already run it down here. You can see it, but I'll go ahead and run it again. So, oops, hold on. Let me do a clear here. Oops. Let's go ahead and run. And it connects very quickly, and it gives the IP address that it has. So if you're familiar with IP stuff, this is your IP address that you were just assigned by DHCP. This is your subnet mask. This is probably your gateway. And I'm guessing one of the DNS servers. I don't know which is which in this though. So that's essentially 29.1. It's quite easy. If you don't have a router, let's see if we can do something else. I'm going to take my iPhone here that you can't see, and I will try to connect to my iPhone I'll set up tethering mode on here and see what we can do. So I'll go in here and I need to find out what my name is. I think if you go into general and you go to, let's see, where would it be? Yeah, general, and then if you go into settings, settings general about, you'll get to name. And right now mine is John 3. So we'll just use that bit of information. And then I will go ahead and I will set this up So go back to the beginning of setups and go to personal hotspot. If you're using Android, I don't know the procedures over there, but I'm going to type this in. Let's see, for the password, I'm going to make the password just hello. So I'm going to hello there. That seems to be a good one. Okay, so the Wi-Fi password is going to be hello there, and my thing is going to be John3. So let's go ahead and try going in here, and I'm just going to hard code it real quick to see how it goes. And I'm going to put in here John3. And over here, I'm going to put in my password that we just set up as hello there. And I'll try to see if we can connect this now. So we'll go ahead and run it here. And it comes back saying it's connected. I don't think that's actually true. I think something has happened. I'm going to do a reset of it. So it's doing a soft reset. And then we're going to go back in here and we're going to run it. And it's giving me the same thing. I don't trust this though. So let me do something real quick. So I've put this in here. Yeah, it should try that. This is most curious. It should not. Let me go ahead and try a disconnect to begin with and just see if that helps us out. Oops, we don't want that. Before we get to that try, let's do a disconnect. So we're going to do that. Ooh, stays undefined. Oh, okay, yeah, so that would be a problem. So we haven't defined it yet, so, but it shouldn't be giving me the same IP address, I wouldn't imagine, if that was the case. So something is funky about this. Let me disconnect altogether. And I'm going to, yeah, I'll just leave it. Connection to Pico is lost. I'm plugging it back in. And we'll wait for that to go to, say, okay. Now I think we'll hit reset on it. Soft reset was done. And then we'll just do a run. And now it's connecting to John3. That's what we need to do. So it's connecting to John3. The question is, will it? And it did. It did indeed. So if you want to try tethering to your iPhone or your Android, for Android, follow the same process. Get your ID, essentially your SSID, the name of your service there, and yeah, you get your password as well and put that in there, and you should be able to connect to your phone. This is just, I want you to try connecting to your router first of all. But if your router doesn't work, or if you don't have a router, if you're living in a dorm, something like that, give this a try. Just try connecting to your phone or something like that. But yeah, I'm happy to see this worked. But you'll notice over here, we got different numbers that came up here. We got our IP address, we got our network mask, and over here, I believe this is our gateway and probably our DNS server. So yeah, that was kind of fun. So that's 29.1. In the next video, we'll go ahead and do 29.2. So I will see you in the next video.